Air signs, welcome to your monthly tarot message from Spirit, from the universe, from your guides. I'm going to go with Gemini first, Libra second, and Aquarius third. I have pulled from the White Newman Tarot for you folks, Geminis, and you guys are going first. We're doing Celtic crosses for everybody. Gemini, you have the Four of Wands in reverse with this particular Celtic cross, and that suggests to me being in a community where you don't align in morals or ethics or ideals or philosophies or anything with these folks. You are at a resting place, but it's kind of an uneasy resting place. It's not necessarily a place where you feel like you have a sense of community. You don't vibe with these people that well. There is a suggestion that there are some things that you have some commonalities with, but they aren't enough to give you a sense of community with these people. And that's your central theme. In the past position, you have the Five of Cups in reverse. And that's about having regrets that you're struggling to get through. Now, in this particular image, you've got 3 cups. 2 have already been spilled out. The third is currently being spilled out. This poor chick, or this figure, has a lot of regrets about what happened in the past, and there's a sense that she could choose to stop pouring out any cup at all because there are 2 cups still upright. And I'm wondering, Gemini, if you are in that position of choosing whether you're going to keep those 2 cups upright, whether you're going to take the last 2 emotional opportunities you can to move on, or are you going to continue to stay in your regrets and not take opportunities to move forward. I understand that this is an emotional battle for you. I get that completely. But holding those 2 cups for yourself is vital right now. Let me move my microphone closer. I just now realized that is far away. I apologize to my viewers. Well, Gemini, you're getting a little bit of a fucked up reading. I apologize. In any case, here with the Five of Cups, you can choose to stay in this energy of regret, or you can choose to move forward. And I wonder if that isn't partly this regret energy, that isn't partly what's informing your Three of Pentacles here. The Three of Pentacles is in reverse. You're together right now with people who are not going to work with you. You are going to be in a position where you are going to be forced to work alone. And sometimes we have to do that in life. Spirit is still guiding you forward in this energy of working together with it. If the people around you are not going to work with you, if your earthly community is not going to work with you because they don't vibe with you, then trust Spirit to work with you. Okay? In the conscious position, you have the Nine of Cups in reverse. You are definitely feeling the loss of something, again, deeply emotional. You're having a hard time moving on. It's interesting. I'm only seeing 1 sword energy right here, and we'll get to it in just a second. But this is mostly cup wand energy. So definitely a mixture of feeling in your emotions. Maybe you're struggling with taking creative steps forward, taking creative action. Maybe you're having trouble getting back in touch with your sexuality, or even tapping into your psychic abilities. And I believe that everyone has some degree of psychic abilities, whether they, depending on their levels, right? But right here, you're feeling deeply emotional about the loss of something, and yet you're looking at different ways of moving forward. This is the Three of Wands. You do, and the universe wants you to move forward unconsciously, what you're not talking about, what you're thinking of, and not necessarily thinking concretely around. This is more abstract right now, quite possibly, is what can I do to move forward away from this community that does not serve me, that does not vibe well with me. It's a temporary stopping place, but it is not home. Here's how to take action, quite literally. This is in your advice position. This is the Page of Wands. Together with the Three of Pentacles in the future position, and together with the Hanged Man in the outcome position, you are going to need to take action towards working on stuff by yourself. Together with the universe, your guides and ancestors, obviously. But if you're going to work with them, you're going to have to pause your life, wait, and listen to their downloads as they choose to give them to you and when they choose to give them to you. Okay? For air signs, Gemini especially, I know from personal experience, I am a Gemini, that can be difficult sometimes. Sometimes we just want to go, we want to leave. And I get with that Page of Wands and Three of Wands energy, that may be exactly what you're feeling right now. If you wait for them to move you out of the Hangman position, you will do well. Now here's your air energy. This is the Queen of Swords. This tells me that this is because this is in your environment position, you are definitely in the position of keeping some people out and welcoming some others in. And maybe it's few to none. Maybe you're not welcoming that many people in at all because you have something to protect here. All the queens vibe with the vessel energy, with water energy, and that's about intuition, psychic abilities, emotions, love, compassion. You do have love and compassion for other people, but your psychic abilities also say, there are some people who don't belong in my life. And with the Four of Wands in reverse, you have no choice but to be here right now in this energy. That doesn't mean that you welcome them in completely into everything. And in fact, it's probably for the best that you don't. There are some things that need to be kept on the down low that you need to protect in order for you to grow as an individual, for you to grow this new project that we see here in the Page of Wands that you're going to have to be working alone with. Let the universe work with you. You don't necessarily have to work with anyone here on earth right now. Here's what's in your hopes and fears, y'all. It's the Ten of Cups. You desperately want to be part of a community, and possibly you want a family of your own. But that's also something that you're deeply afraid of, and this might be where you're a bit afraid of commitment. I can attest to that personally as well. Sometimes I don't like the idea of being tied down to something, and I can see how a lot of other Geminis and other air signs would identify with that. So, work with the universe. Keep things a secret, keep the projects a secret, and allow your guides, your ancestors, and the universe to communicate with you. And eventually, you will be moved out of this Four of Wands reversed energy, and you'll be brought to its upright energy. And there you go. Geminis, I hope that you have a great May. Take care. Welcome to your reading, Libra. I'm sorry about my audio at the beginning of the video. I didn't realize how far away my mic was. Today I'm working with the Numinous Tarot. This is what your cards look like on the back, if you can kind of see that. You have I'm doing a Celtic cross for everybody. You have the Two of Candles, also known as the Two of Wands, and it's in reverse right now. This is about dreaming about what you want to do in the future, but not necessarily taking any action towards it right now. In the past position, you have the Dreamer of Bells. Now, in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith, this is the Page of Swords. So you have a little bit of sword energy here. Actually, this is your only sword energy. The rest, or I lied. You've got one more bit of a sword energy. But right here, this is about getting a message from the universe, from your guides, from a situation that it's time to move forward and make some noise. This is about, when it comes to bells, they make all kinds of noise, for instance. So that's about using our voices, about listening. This is also about thinking. So somewhere in the past, you got the indication that it's time to move forward on something that you've been kind of thinking and dreaming about for a while. But with the Two of Wands in reverse, you're not ready to take action on that just yet. In your conscious position, you have the Four of Cups. So this kind of suggests to me that you are waiting around for something, and I'll get back into waiting because you've got something in your outcome position that aligns with this. It also suggests you're a bit bored, and Libra, I get it. With 4, that's about balance, and sometimes even Libra as its air sign, and there might be some energies in your birth chart that also kind of urge you to take action on something. Sometimes balance, moderation, temperance gets boring, and I feel like that energy is kind of there right now. In the unconscious position, you have the Creator of Vials, which is the Queen of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. And I'll hold it up while you can look at it. So I feel like you are a deeply compassionate, deeply loving person. I wonder if it's not easy potentially to take advantage of your goodwill. People might see your kindness and might mistake it for weakness. It's not in reverse, which suggests that you might be a bit cruel, that you might use your emotions and psychic abilities for more harm than good, but definitely upright. I see you as being a psychic, compassionate, loving individual. That's kind of cool if it's in your conscious position. It tells me a lot of good things about you. In your advice position, you have the 5 of Bells. And there's an individual at the top who's taking swords away. This is also the 5 of Swords. This is about someone who is the victor. And it sucks to have things taken away from you. It sucks to feel like you're losing. And Libra, there might have been a situation earlier in April or even before that, where you felt like you had to back away and let something go, and it was painful to let something go. Now, I note that in your future position, in that cross part of the Celtic cross, you have the Lovers. Beautiful card. Together with the 5 of Bells in your advice section, this being in your future, and the Hanged One in reverse in your outcome. In order to move forward about this 5 of Bells, about feeling a loss, something being taken away from you because someone was the victor in your situation, you're going to need to come together with a community of people who deeply love you. This isn't just about romance at all. This is about platonic love on a very, very deep scale. Perhaps these are best friend soulmates. Perhaps these are chosen family members. And together, you folks are going to need to take action on this. This is the Hanged Man, and it's in reverse. How do I get that to focus so that you can read it? But in any case, you're going to need to take action and not alone. I wonder what the 2 of Wands in reverse as your central theme, that you're thinking about what to do, and it's also about planning with others. There are 2 figures on this card. It's not just one person like you see traditionally in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So right now, you guys are dreaming and planning and thinking about what to do. You might be together with your people right now, but you're not ready to move forward just yet. With the 2 of Pentacles, also known as the 2 of Tomes right here, you are making some choices about what to do with your resources. So even though this is a pair of conjoined twins, if you will, there might be a sense that you are of 2 minds about this particular situation. This lands in your environment card in the Rod in your Celtic cross. So you are definitely studying on what to do about this before you move forward. This is not something that should be taken lightly. It looks like this situation, I'm getting the word legal. That doesn't resonate with everybody. It won't resonate with everybody. But there might be some legalities involved that need to be carefully considered before you roll forward, okay? In your hopes and fears position, you have the 5 of Vials. And now it's interesting. Libra, you're getting a lot of the same cards as Gemini did for their reading. 5 of Vials was in there. The Hanged Man was in there as well. So right here, they is crying over cups roses being destroyed, but she's not facing the 2 cups, the one last rose that is left behind. And I wonder if you're not afraid to turn back around to those last 2 emotional opportunities or those 2 emotional memories for you, because the situation is so painful. Right now, she's in the mindset of what has been broken, and it takes effort, it takes emotional strength in order to instead hold on to the 2 cups, the 2 emotional opportunities that are left. Perhaps they're memories. Perhaps you're struggling to remember how good things were before this particular situation came into play. It seems deeply painful, but you can take action on this. And especially with friends and family, it is more than possible to take action on this. And I encourage you to do so, but not alone. Libra, that is your reading and your advice from Spirit this month. I hope that you make the best of May. Take care. Aquarius, welcome to your reading. I'm using the Celtic Cross, and I'm using the Light Seers Tarot for your particular reading. I'm sorry that earlier my microphone was too far away. It's closer now. You can hear me. Now, this is really interesting. You Aquarius folks have a lot of the same cards as both Libra and Gemini. So if you want to look back at their readings and see the cards that you have in commonality, I'm a little bit stunned. And I've been doing this not forever, dude, but I've been doing this for a minute, and I don't remember the last time that it was this consistent across 3 different zodiac signs. I understand that we're talking about air, but this is stunning to me. Okay. This is your central theme. This is the moon in reverse. Something is being revealed to you. You're seeing something clearly. Lies are being busted. Myths are being busted. And now you're seeing things for what they truly, truly are. Your primitive aspect, seen in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, is taking over. Your so-called reptilian instincts are taking over. And your domesticated dog is having a bit of a seat, also seen in the Rider-Waite-Smith. Because your spidey senses are saying that there's something up with your particular situation, that it's time to move forward and do something different. In your past, which is something that Gemini and Libra had, they had the 5 of Cups in some form or another. Here it's in reverse. You're able to move forward. That moon suggests to me that you are in the process of moving forward from some regrets about the past. She's tipping over one of the cups with her foot and kind of wasting the emotional energy with this, and I feel like you're moving out of that gradually. It's not an overnight process, to be sure. Whatever you've gone through, it's been a difficult situation. Libra got Lovers as well, but for you, it's in reverse. This feels like the breakup, the end of a relationship, possibly a divorce. I can see why this would be so difficult for you. With that moon in reverse, you're seeing things as they were now that you're out of the situation. That doesn't mean that this doesn't suck ass, and I am so sorry that this is happening for you at all. It blows when a relationship ends. It means that something was wrong, and don't we want really cool, fun, deep vibing relationships? It fucking blows, and I'm so sorry. I really am. In reverse, you have the King of Wands, and I wonder if this isn't the person that you've broken up with. Quite possibly it is. If that resonates, cool. This is someone who just sat around on their ass and didn't take action. It's possible that you tried to bring things together, that you tried to repair the relationship, and they just flat out weren't willing to. If that doesn't resonate, and this isn't the person that you're breaking up with, this is kind of you being unwilling to take any major action right now. You're just not ready. This is fire on fire energy, and you're definitely in the position of taking a seat and letting those fires kind of die down a little bit, go down to embers. It's not dead. You're going to move forward in the future. I can see that much. But right now, not interested. I said divorce earlier. In your future, here is the 4 of Wands. This is about leaving home in your particular case, leaving a place that you used to call home perhaps for several years. Breakup, an end to an era, a divorce is what I got. I am so sorry. It could be that this hasn't officially happened yet, but right now you are seeing things as they're being revealed to you, and it blows. In your advice card, guess what? Gemini and Libra also got this. All three of you are getting this. And by the way, Gemini got Four of Wands in reverse too. So there's something going on for air signs this particular month that everybody has some commonality with. If you want to have get online or even in person, if you can find fellow Geminis and Libras and Aquarians to have a talk with, maybe you guys can hash out something together, and I think that might be really beneficial if you can do that. In person, great. Online, great. If you can find that community, that would be ideal. This is about hanging out with the universe, with your guides, with your ancestors, and listening to their advice. This is literally in your advice position about moving forward with this particular divorce, this breakup. And if you do so, you will be in the position of the Nine of Pentacles, enjoying your new life and being in a firm foundation when it comes to being single. In the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, she owns, or the figure owns, a beautiful plot of land where grapes are growing. In Texas, it's a bit of a tangent, but it's relevant. In Texas, all wines produced in Texas, even if it's an expensive wine, all wines in Texas must have sugar added to them in order for them to be palatable, tasty to anyone, okay? That is because Texas does not have the right land to grow wine grapes on. In California, however, in Napa Valley, their wine doesn't need sugar because their grapes are of such high quality that they're able to grow, they're growing from good ground. So they don't need to add extra stuff to make that wine taste good. That property is expensive. And I'm not saying that property in Texas and property taxes in Texas aren't also expensive. But there's something that some property has that other land doesn't. And it takes money. It takes money to buy that kind of land. She's deeply satisfied with where she is. She's able to relax with her pet. For instance, she's in a good place, and in fact, she's got herbs drying up here because she has so much space to grow beautiful, delicious, healthy herbs for her. So you can move into this energy, but first you're going to need to get downloads from the universe in order to direct you to where you need to go in order to reach those awesome results. And I was talking a lot about property and land. All that means is you get good results out of this breakup, out of this divorce, out of this situation ending that is sad. It needed to end because it wasn't healthy for y'all anymore. And this particular character, if this signifies a person in your life, it was supposed to end eventually, right? This was not a sustainable situation. I've got words, okay? I'm a Gemini, and sometimes even I stumble over them. So here is some sword energy right here. You've got the Knight of Swords. That is your environment. You literally running towards that's a motorcycle. I don't like motorcycles in my tarot cards, but whatever. You get it, right? It's relevant to the modern era, this particular tarot set. Running away, running to transportation to get the hell out of there. I see you, Aquarians, as getting out of your environment, your painful, abusive, quite possibly, environment. And it's about time that you do so. I see that much. You can still be in the position of the Hanged Man while you are running away. That's about a state of mentality. That's a spiritual state. It's an emotional state. This is about you actually getting away. This is air on air. With the Knight of Swords, that is in alignment with the Prince of Swords in the Thoth tradition, and that is air on air. You're moving fast. And Aquarians, I wouldn't expect anything less of you. You guys are in alignment with the planet of Uranus, which is about suddenly changing everything in order to favor you. Uranus changes things, or is supposed to change things eventually for the better. And in fact, Aquarians, you might want to look into my video. I'll link it. You might want to look into my video on Pluto in Aquarius, because this is your era. You're going to see a lot of tremendous change during this 2024 to 2043 era. There's going to be a tremendous amount of change that we haven't seen since the late 1700s. Literally, all kinds of revolutions back then, and you're going to see some revolutionary circumstances right now. There might be something about this Pluto and Aquarius transit that you're going to need to know about. Okay, so watch that video, see if there's something relevant. In your hopes and fears. It's interesting that this is in your hopes and fears because you're supposed to be in this energy. This is fire on air, or air on fire. This is the King of Swords. This is someone who knows how to take action after they thought through a situation. You're hopeful to eventually get to this point where you can take action and leave. With the Knight of Swords, you might be in the process of leaving, but I can see that this character hasn't hopped on his motorcycle just yet. He's about to. You're about to leave, quite possibly. But I can also see how you can be, there's a part of you that's deeply afraid of taking action. And just because Aquarians love change doesn't mean that it's not difficult for them too. They have the ability to embrace it, but that doesn't mean that it isn't difficult. Okay? Move with spirit, take guidance from spirit, leave this situation, and establish yourself in a beautiful new place with beautiful new results that you get to enjoy for yourself and share when you want to. Okay? Aquarians, I hope that you have a great month of May. Take care.